This next exercise is called a hip bridge, and it's a replacement for the standing leg curl. So if you're comfortable to get down onto the floor, or if you'd like to practice getting down and getting back up off the floor, this is another option for you. So what I've done is I've set up my chair. We've got some great foam mats here, but you might also have, say, a padded blanket or a towel at home that you can put on the floor, just so that it's comfortable for your knees as you're coming down to the floor. Turn to face your chair, and you're going to place your hands on the chair. Bring one knee down and bring the other knee down. Once we're here, we want to take a seat onto our mat or our towel. So bringing the hands onto the floor, sitting sideways, and just bringing the legs around behind you. Now, coming down onto the floor, the safest way for us to do that is to actually lay on our side. So we'll roll to one side, come down to laying on the side, and then roll onto your back. And then once we're here, we'll bring our feet into a hip width distance apart position. The arms will be down by your side and the neck is nice and long. If your head is tilting back like this, you might need to put a towel or maybe a cushion under the head, just so that your spine is in that nice long line. So with the arms down by our side, we take a breath in, and as you breathe out, push your feet into the floor and see if you can lift the hips up off the mat. We don't want to go up so high that we feel any pressure in the neck. And then as you breathe in, just lower the hips back down again. You'll be looking straight up towards the ceiling. We take a breath in, breathe out, and push the feet into the floor and lift. When you lift the hips, you should feel the muscles in the back of the thighs and the buttocks working. And then breathe in to lower. And you might do up to 10 to 12 repetitions of this movement. You want to make sure that your hips and your knees and your feet are in line, so be really careful as you're lifting not to let the knees flare out. And also, we put a slight pelvic tilt so that there's no pressure on the lower back. If you're feeling any discomfort in the back, it's often because there's too much of a curve in the lower back, or we're lifting the hips up too high. So nice and smooth, focusing on that breath out on the effort. The effort is to lift. Breathe in to lower. Good. And then bring the hips back down. And when you're finished, you might feel like the back of the legs need a little stretch. So you might want to just lift one leg up, stretch the back of the leg, do that a few times. Do the same thing for the other leg. And then give them a little shake out. Now, when we come up to sitting, we're going to go back the same way that we came down. So let's roll onto our side. Use that top hand to push you back up onto your hands and knees. And then make your way back to your chair. Hands go on the chair. Knees go onto your towel or your cushion. And here's where we need our push movement that we practiced earlier on, where we were working the shoulders and the chest. Keeping the hands in nice and close. Curl the toes under. We're going to press up onto the feet. And then bring your hands onto your thighs. And then press up to standing. And just make sure before you start to move around that you're feeling fine. If you're feeling a little bit dizzy, you might want to turn around and take a seat on your chair before you keep going on your day-to-day activities. This is a great way to practice an important exercise for our body, but it's also a great way to practice getting down onto the floor safely and getting back up again. So well done.